Hi Flosstube, I'm Summer. This is my first Flosstube video. So we're gonna do a little bit of an introduction and I'll go through some of my finishes. I don't really ever finish anything. I just start a lot of things and kind of work on them until they're almost done and then put them away and forget about them. But I have a few finishes. Recently, I finally started finishing things. And then I'm gonna talk about how my normal plans go for the week. This next couple weeks are a little different because I'm going to participate as much as I can in the Stitch Mania Olympics challenge. I don't force myself to participate in any of them. If I have something that will fit into it, I will. If not, I just skip that day and move on with the next one. And if I have time, I'm going to do the Know Your Needle Worker tag at the end of the video. I have to get my oldest son off the bus in about 40 minutes, so I don't have a whole lot of time today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, my name is Summer. My notes are over here, so if I look over here a lot, that's why. I'm sort of terrified to be talking to myself into the camera, so I don't really know what to do with my hands, with myself, with my notes, with anything. So we're just going to see how it goes today. Anyway, I currently live in Houston, Texas with my husband and our 3 children. We have lived here, my husband and I have lived here for going on 8 years. We've been married for 6 years next month. So that's exciting. We've been together for about 12 years. We're high school sweethearts, so we've been together for a long time. Our oldest son, we have 3 boys. Our oldest son, Brixton, is 3.5. Our middle son, Colston, is just turned 2 last month. And then our baby, Everett, will be 5 months tomorrow, actually. So we stay busy with them. I stay busy with them. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I'm forever running back and forth. If this video gets cut short for a reason other than the bus, it's going to be because the baby woke up and nap time got cut short, which really sucks when that happens. But such is life, I guess. Anyway, I've been stitching off and on for probably 15 years. My mom taught me, actually it's probably been longer than that. It's probably been close to like 20-ish years. My mom taught me when she was pregnant with my younger sister, and my sister is going to be 21 in March, in a couple weeks actually. So she taught me, she was stitching up Winnie the Pooh, like Winnie the Pooh and Piglet and Tigger, little like probably 5x7 charts for my sister's nursery when she was pregnant. So it's been about 22 years maybe, give or take. And it's been one of those hobbies I've done for a little bit and then I put it away. Usually when I got close to finishing something, I would just put it away and forget about it because I didn't know what to do with any of it. It wasn't really something I was ever going to hang up in like my room in high school or when we got married. It wasn't anything I was going to put on the walls. Granted, we don't decorate. You can see my walls are bare. We are renting this house and we're moving out in a year, so I probably could decorate some. I just don't. I'm lazy and that's never high on my priorities. Anyway, so I don't finish a whole lot and I would put it away, forget about it, and then, wondering Michael's one day, I would see another chart that looked interesting, so I would buy it again or buy a new one and work on it till it got almost done, and then I'd put it away. I probably have like 12 almost finished projects that are still in a box from when we moved from Florida to Houston almost 8 years ago. I don't know where they are. Occasionally, if I open a box, I can find one, but I don't know if I'll ever finish any of those. Some of them have gotten thrown away. I know I've thrown them away because I just didn't know the worth at the time. I do now, and I don't throw anything away now. A little bit of a hoarder, I guess. Anyway, so that's kind of my background on stitching. My mom taught me. She doesn't do it anymore, which kind of sucks, but whenever I go home to visit, if I bring something home, she's always really interested. So maybe one day she'll get back into it. Or maybe not. Who knows? It's not my problem, I guess. So, like I already mentioned, I don't have a whole lot of finishes because I don't finish anything. And even once it's finished, I don't frame it because I don't know how. And I get paralyzed by analysis a lot, where I overthink and overthink and overthink on what could go wrong if I framed it and then I messed it up. Then all this work is wasted, because now what am I going to do? So instead, it just gets folded up in a pile and put over there and forgotten, kind of. So I'm going to go through a couple of my finishes, or the finishes that I have available that I haven't thrown away, or really that I've decided I should keep once I started watching Flosstube and realized that it was a thing to keep your finishes and not just put all this time and effort and money into something and toss it in the trash. My bad. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so I did birth samplers for my older 2 kids. Baby does not have one yet because he's the 3rd child and such is life, I guess. So these 2, this one has been finished since 2014. I finished it shortly after he was born. Hasn't been washed. It actually just got taken out of a Ziploc bag a couple weeks ago. The back is an absolute disaster. Now that I'm looking at it, I may actually go back and fix some of that, because I've got threads all over the place. So yeah. Anyway, this is for my oldest son. His name is Brixton Vance. It's so dirty. Looking at it now, so dirty. It needs a good soak. And I have a frame for it, sitting in the laundry room, just patiently waiting to have this put in it. I'll show you the back. It's a hot mess, but whatever. So is my life. I've got threads all over these. I'm probably going to go back and just try and tuck some of those threads and trim them, because that's a little outrageous. I mean, it works. Nothing's gotten caught. It all still looks good on the front. You can't really see them. Maybe right here a little bit you can. So yeah, I'll probably go through there. I've got a giant knot right here. Who knows what I was doing. I've learned a lot since this. I also had the edges taped, so they're still sticky and tacky from where I pulled off the masking tape. Again, I've learned a lot. But such is life. I think it looks pretty good considering, you know, it's 4 years old. I've learned a lot and it serves the purpose. Since it hasn't gotten hung up or framed or anything since then, I'm not overly concerned about it apparently. But I feel good that it's done. Maybe one day I'll get it put together for him or for myself, or maybe not. Maybe it'll forever sit and oh well. So this one is for my middle son. His name is Colston Robert. Looking at the back, I did a much better on this one. I still have a couple threads that are drawn pretty, or, you know, crossed over through the back pretty far. But overall, and it could be just that it's a little denser stitching, so where my threads would have been carried across the back, you can't really tell. I like it. It is, again, it's not in a frame. I have the frame for this one too, sitting in my laundry room with the other one. Maybe one day, maybe now that I'm showing somebody else my work, I will find the motivation to actually get it finished. Won't get hung up on their walls, because again, don't hang anything on my walls really at all. We've been talking about getting canvas prints of my kids' newborn pictures done, and from our wedding 6 years ago, done for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and we still don't have them. I mean, we have a whole bunch of really gorgeous pictures that we pay a lot of money for, like family pictures every year, pictures of my kids every 3 months from their first year. Don't have frames, don't have prints of any of those. I don't know. One day maybe I'll get my shit together. Oh, sorry. One day maybe I'll get my life together. Probably not, let's be honest. I have 3 kids. I don't have time to get anything together except for our daily lives. And even then, sometimes it's a question. So this is a wedding sampler I did for my husband's stepsister. They got married in May of 2016, and here it is. Also, have the frame for this one in the laundry room with the other two. And don't have it framed, clearly. This one is washed. It is ready to be framed. It's just not, because apparently that's my thing, is I will finish things now. I just don't actually fully finish anything. So what is this, like my box of shame, I guess is what it's called, maybe? Yeah, it's impressive. So these finishes are newer, so I don't feel so bad. These are only since the beginning of the year. Oh wait, I have one more that's from last year. This is a, this is from an older book, from an older magazine. It's from Cross Quick, June, July of 1989 is the book. It's this. Oh, no, that's the chart. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the picture real fast. It is this, the Holland Dancers. I have a friend who's from Holland, so I made it for her. It was, I think I finished this last, it was well before my youngest was born, so probably in July or August-ish, I finished it. I was gonna frame it and give it to her for Christmas. Nope, it's right here. It's done, but it is clearly not framed. It's just, it's done. She doesn't even know about it, so I didn't really feel bad. Maybe this year for Christmas she'll get it. We're only in February, so maybe if I really think ahead and plan ahead, we'll see. Probably not, let's be honest. Maybe I'll finish it in like a flat fold. I'll try something different, maybe. Again, probably not. Let's be really honest. But it sounds good to have goals, I guess. This is done on a 28 count lamb's wool linen. Probably by Zweigart. I don't know. I got it from 123 Stitch. It might be a Witchelt. I don't really know. I had a really good time stitching this one. I really did like it. It was fun. Yeah, I probably need to just suck it up and finish it. But that's a goal for another day, I guess. Not today. So, those are my, oh wait, just kidding. These are, I'm working on the Advent Animals. My really loose goal is to have them done by this year so that I have them stitched by the end of the year so that I can spend all year waffling on how to finish them. I think I want to finish them as like pillow ornaments, but again, I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna have to outsource that particular task to somebody else who knows what they're doing, because I do not. So anyway, here's the first one. This is Katie Kitty, and on this one I did the backstitch border. I don't like it, so I haven't done it on any of the other ones. I don't know if I'm going to pull this one out. I'm just leaving it until I decide what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do X's all the way around or just leave it blank, like just with nothing on it. I haven't decided yet. Once I get them all done and decide actually how I'm going to finish them, I will decide what I want to do for the borders, because I don't like how it looks. I didn't like doing it. I definitely don't want to do them all like that because I just don't like it. I don't like the box feel. And I think without the border, it gives you a little more freedom to do whatever you want when it comes to finishing. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with that. So anyway, that's Katie Kitty. I started this last year for Mania. I started all these last year for Mania. Well, these 6 that I'm going to show you today. This Mania, I'll probably start 6 more. They only take like 3 days. They only take me like 3 or 4 days each to do. So I should be able to finish them, at least maybe half of them is a more realistic goal for the year. We'll see. Anyway, so that's Katie Kitty. The second one is Peter Polar Bear. And see, on him I didn't do the borders because I decided I didn't like it, and I didn't want to stitch them all and then have to pick them all out when I knew I didn't like it after the first one. So Peter Polar Bear, and then I have Mary Mouse, and I have them all stitched on one piece of fabric right now. I have 6 of them on one piece. It was just cheaper to buy the fabric like that and then just keep it all together. It was easier to put it, just to keep track of it. It was just easier. Mary Mouse, and what is this? I think this is Duncan Dog. That sounds right. I'll remember. Duncan Dog. And the last one that I have done is Hattie Hedgehog. And oh my gosh, at the back stitch on this one. I think she's adorable, but I hated doing it. All the back stitch on her, all of this, took so long. It took me like probably 2 nights of just back stitch. Oh, and the stupid bow on this, on Duncan, it looks terrible, but whatever. I couldn't figure it out, and it is what it is. I tried like 7 times and I'm done. So it is what it is at this point. I don't even care anymore because I had to walk away. So those are my finishes that I have still here that I didn't throw out. The last couple of years, I've kind of come and gone. Really the last probably 2 years, I finally got back into cross stitch and I really liked it, and I found Flosstube and I found this wonderful community of other people who also really liked it and didn't think it was like an old lady hobby like I thought it was. Well, I mean, it still kind of is, but it's come a long way, at least in my opinion. It doesn't feel like such an old lady hobby anymore. Sometimes I still stitch stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty old lady, but whatever. It is what it is. I like it. So moving on to plans. I've tried to like put out a schedule for myself and this is what I'm going to do every day for the month. It doesn't work. I have 3 small kids. We have horses, we have dogs, we're a busy family. So plans like that don't work. I get frustrated, I get really discouraged because nothing ever seems to go how I planned it to go. I do a lot better with really, really loose goals. So, in general, I like to follow the Stitch Mania sals. They help at least have some direction for my stitching, not just willy-nilly pulling whatever, because then I don't feel like there's any accomplishment on anything ever when I do it that way. So, typically, on Monday, I will work on the Christmas all year round sal, whatever. Tuesdays, I'll work on the Halloween all year round sal. Wednesdays, I either do a whip that just is really calling to me, or I'll pull a focus on a finished piece, something that's close to being done and just needs like some dedicated time to really get it done. It's kind of just whatever I feel like that day. Wednesdays are busy for me. My oldest goes to school, gets on the bus at 10 after 7, and then I have to take my middle to school. I have to take him to a separate school we have to leave at 8:30. And then it's just a bunch of back and forth running around. I don't have a lot of time on Wednesdays. Just it is what it is. Thursdays, I either do the Stitch Mania monthly sal or the Tour Day Designer sal if I have something for one of those. If I don't sweat it. I don't try and start anything that I'm not already planning on starting. Like last month in January, I didn't have a Glendon Place started. I just didn't. And I have a chart, but it's packed in a box at my husband's office somewhere because that's where it got stored when we moved last summer to this house. And I wasn't going to make him go dig through it. I wasn't going to buy another one. I don't need another one started right now. I just didn't want to. So I didn't worry about it. The monthly sal was New Year, New Start. So I would work on my New Year, New Start, or I would just pull whatever was calling to me that day. Some days I extended my focus on a finished piece to Thursday. Just kind of depended. It's kind of like a catch-all day. I just do whatever I feel like doing that day. Fridays through Sundays I typically reserve for full coverage pieces. It's the weekends. My husband is home. So I'm able to. I have help with the kids mostly. So if I pull it out during the day and somebody wakes up from a nap, my husband's home to help. He can entertain the kids while I put stuff away. It's just easier. And then I'll do the daily Stitch Mania styles. Like this month there's a lot of them. There's Mardi Gras next week, not 4th of July, Valentine's Day, there's a Chinese New Year one, there's a couple other ones, I think. The full coverage on the 5th, New Year, New Start, Work That Whip, all of those. I kind of fit them in as I can. If I can't, then I just move on with life and go about my merry way. But if I can, I do like to do those because it does give me a little bit of motivation to get some work on something else done. So for the most part, I'll work on the same like 5 or 6 pieces all month long with an occasional, like, sometimes I'll switch in another piece. It just depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. So with that being said, let me check my time real fast. Okay, I got about 20 minutes left. With that being said, my plans, my very loose plans for next week, because of the Olympics, they're different than they normally are. I probably won't be able to film every week. I'll probably do every other week, or more realistically once a month. But maybe every week. We'll just have to see how it goes. I don't have a lot of progress every week, so I don't know if it would be worth it to do it like that. We'll just see how it goes. I'm not sure yet. So, for the weekend, today, I will pull out my Heaven and Earth. This is the one I'm doing. I'm also participating in the By the Numbers sale every weekend. Well, it's every month, but I do it on the weekends for full coverage fanatics. So right now I'm working on Mini A Moment in Time. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Let me see if I can find the pattern, the picture real fast. And I'm doing this because it actually reminds me of this artwork is by Wendy Kathleen, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have a picture of my oldest son at the beach in overalls, and it looks very similar to, it feels very similar to how this picture looks. So I'm kind of doing it not in memory of him or anything, but just it reminds me of him and when he was much younger now, or than he is now. So that's what it'll look like when it's done. I'm doing this on 18 count. Let me see. I have the thing in here somewhere. I'm doing it 2/1 full crosses on 18 count. Nope, 28 count even weave. So full crosses 2/2, excuse me. And this is where I am. I have not quite a full page done, but hold on, let me see if I can get it to where you can see. I've got not quite a full page done, but I've started in page 2 over here. It's only the chart, it's 4 full pages and 1, 2, I think 6 like partial pages. So I'm about, this is part of the page, the second page on the bottom. So I've done not quite a full page. I still have all of this way left to do for the first page. Maybe this line. I don't remember. Anyway, this will come back out today and stay out all weekend. I love this piece. I love this one so much. I can't wait until it's done. And this one I will for sure get framed because I'm paying to have somebody else frame it for me as soon as it's done. I'm not even going to mess around with it. I love this piece too much to sit on my indecisiveness and not get it framed. Like as soon as it's done, it's being framed, and I will probably put it in my kids' eventual playroom whenever we move. Because let's be honest, it's not going to be done before we move. So that's that one. Oops. And then also today for the Olympic sal, sorry, I have to readjust some. For the Olympic sal, or challenge, excuse me, it's because of opening ceremonies, it's a new start. So I'm not making a new start. I'm going to work on my New Year, New Start project from Mania, and it's an artiste kit. It's back at the ranch. Let me see if I can do it without. There's a little bit of a glare, but you can see it enough. This one I got from Hobby Lobby. I loved it when I first saw it, but I just couldn't justify spending the $30 on it. So I didn't. I just waited, and then it went on sale, and I think I got it for $10.79. So I saw that, and I jumped. So this is this way. This is what I have done so far. I have one of the fence posts right here, one of the fence posts, and then some of the grass. I was really nervous. I'm trying to work my way over to the edge because I didn't think I was going to have enough fabric. I was really, really nervous that I was going to run out of space after and not realize it until after I got like all of it done. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem like I'm going to have enough space. And if I do make it all the way to the edge and have enough space, like I'm going to have no margins. So I'm trying to work my way over. I think I have about probably 20 stitches left till I get to the far edge. So I'm going to work on this probably 30 minutes tonight. On Friday and Saturdays, I love Live PD. So I watch that. Since we're in the central time zone, it comes on at like 8 o'clock. I literally throw my kids in bed at 7:45 and they're not allowed to come back downstairs because Mama's watching TV. So I'm going to try and get like 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Just depends how much it's calling to me. It's actually going to depend how much my hate is really calling to me tonight as to how much I really get done. But I would like to get to the edge so that I know that it'll fit, because before I put any more effort into it, I want to make sure it's going to fit on the piece of fabric that was provided. That would really suck. So tomorrow, the theme, because of the Winter Olympics, it's stitch on something that's wintry or Christmassy. I'm going to be doing my Very Merry Christmas Town. And this one is kind of pulling triple duty sometimes this year or this month, because it's Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, which is the Tour Day designer in Stitch Mania, and it's a Christmas theme. So I've kind of pulled this out several times this month. Haven't made a whole lot of progress. Actually, I just pulled it out yesterday, but I pulled it out for multiple reasons for the month. So it's Very Merry Christmas Town. This is all I have done. Yesterday I did all of the this is Weeks Dye Works. Nope, it's Gast Buckeye Scarlet. The door and like his over here Santa, or who will be Santa, his shirt. But yesterday I did the door. I did this pink down here, and then I started on the roof. That's what I did yesterday. But this I'll work on for probably 30 minutes tomorrow. Just give it a little bit of love. Maybe in the morning, like when only one of my kids is awake and I can turn on cartoons. Turn it on for them and stitch for 30 minutes or so. So there's that. And then on Sunday, the theme is for the Korean flag. So stitch in something that's Korean. They suggested Soda Stitch, but I don't have any Soda Stitch patterns. I love a lot of them, but I just don't have any. So I'm going to do the colors red, blue, white, and black, and I'm going to do my Back at the Ranch, work on that. Probably 30 minutes again, and then pull out my hay again for the day. So there's that. And then on Monday, this is where I can kind of pull double duty with one project. Mondays, I work on my Christmas project, and it's also to work on the mascots. So I'm going to pull out and work on Cashmere Camel. She has taken me forever for some reason. I've worked on her like 6 or 7 days already, and there's still so much work on her. I don't know what it is about this camel. She's becoming my least favorite behind Hattie Hedgehog, though, because she's driving me crazy. So I still have part of her leg to do, her neck, and then some snowflakes, and a lot of back stitches left on her. But this is all I have to work on Monday, so maybe I can get it done Monday night. Ideally, I can get this done Monday night. So these are done, all of them are done on, it's a 28 count ice blue cashel by Zweigart, and I got an 18 by 27 piece, and then I just, upside down. I just measured it out, 9 by 9 blocks, and I just kind of gridded loosely the measurements. So that way when I cut it, I still have plenty of margins for everything, and I can keep it all in one fabric. It's just easier because I don't have a serger. My sewing machine is at my husband's office also from when we moved, so I don't have anything to like quickly fray check the edges now that I know not to use masking tape. So I just kept it all together. It's easier. So anyway, after that, I'm going to work on Tuesday, the 13th. It's my normal Tuesday rotation is a Halloween piece, Halloween all year. And then for Stitch Mania, it's like the speed events, I think. So you time yourself. You set a time and you see how much you can get done. So for my Halloween event, I'm going to work on Halloween and Quilt by this person off of Etsy. I saw this chart and fell in love. I think I saw it on Stitch Mania, but I love it. I'm not a big Halloween person, but it's cutesy enough for me that it's not like spooky, but it's not childish either. I just love it. So this is how much I have done on it. Oops, let me back up some. So I have all of the frame done. I did the frame first, and then I did the center pumpkin last October. I got done with the center, and then I worked on the house next. Now I'm working on the 3 pumpkins, and then I'm just going to kind of go around and finish it all like that. So hopefully I can finish this pumpkin. For whatever reason, I love working on this piece, but for whatever reason, every time I pull it out, it's just been a day, and I can only stay awake for like 20 minutes to work on it. So I really hope I can put in some good progress on Tuesday and really get those pumpkins done. I hope so, at least. That's my goal. That's really, really my goal for that. And I am stitching this on a 32 count Belfast linen from Zweigart in gold sand by JU Design. I love her fabric. I need to place a new order. Every time she posts something on Instagram with the new like colors that she's dyed, she's killing me. But I've been really good because I'm also trying to participate in Stitch from Stash, and it's not going very well. But I'm trying to be good. So I haven't bought anything, but it's going to be soon. Probably for Valentine's Day. My husband will buy me something, and surprise. Anyway, so the next day is Wednesday, which is when I would work on a whip or a focus on a finish, which is kind of both of them for this week. And it's in the Olympics challenge, it is a medals. The medals is like the theme. So you work on something with beads or metallics. I don't do a whole lot with beads at all. I've never done beads or metallics, actually. I do have a couple projects that need metallics, but I don't have the thread because I'm afraid of that, to be honest. So I haven't even purchased it yet. They're just wallowing in my stuff over there somewhere. They are part of my Year of Whips like pieces, so I need to order the metallics and just get over myself. I just haven't yet. Maybe in a couple months, or maybe not, who knows. So anyway, I'm just gonna work on a whip and go about my business. It's Valentine's Day. This isn't very Valentine's Day-ish either, but whatever. I'm making it for my sister. I love my sister. She can be my Valentine's. She doesn't care. So this is for her. This is just lavender. It's a pattern I got off of Etsy. Sorry guys. Jesus, Summer, come on. I can't show the actual, like, the finished product because it is just the pattern. And And I have this in a hoop right now, and she has requested it to be framed in a hoop, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. This is almost done. I have all of the dark purple done, the dark purple that you see, and I know you can see right through it. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. I wasn't starting and stopping 7,000 threads. I just wasn't gonna do it, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about all that you can see behind it. That's a problem for another day, honestly. And then I have half of the lighter purple, and then there's 2 more shades of purple and some backstitch to do. I really hope I can finish this on Wednesday. I probably only have like an hour left of work to really put into it, so I really hope I can have that done by Wednesday. On Thursday is Work That Whip is a like single day challenge in Stitch Mania on Thursday the 15th, and it's the Olympic challenge is skeleton. So work on a Halloween piece. So I'm gonna work on my Halloween and quilt again that day. And then Friday is a biathlon and the start of my full coverage weekend and the Chinese New Year single day sale. So for the biathlon, it's 2 projects in one day, and for the Chinese New Year, it's work on a project with a dog or an animal. I don't actually think this has a dog in it. It might. No, it is a cow and some chickens, but whatever. It's close enough. This is a Candamar Designs Gold Collection. It's called Best of Friends. And I've been working on this for a couple years. I think I started it right after my middle son was born. I know I started it on Valentine's Day, which is a random thing to start on Valentine's Day, but whatever. I think I started it the year he was born. So that would be 2016. So it's about 2 years old now, give or take. And I've made some progress. I've got all of this first page done. I started working on the second page. I've gone back and forth on parking or cross country. I just can't decide the best way to approach this project. So it's a lot of work. I really like it, and I really can't wait for it to be done, you know, so it can sit in my box of shame some more. But this is also a Year of Whips project, so I'm gonna try and put in some dedicated time to it on next Friday, maybe an hour. That's about as much dedication as I can commit to that. Maybe an hour. We'll see. And then I'm gonna pull out my Heaven and Earth project again, my In This Moment. Not In This Moment, A Moment in Time. So those are my plans for the next week. That's really about as far out in advance as I can plan, which is why I may do these videos every week, because it does help me kind of get my mindset right, and plan for the week rather than just winging it. Although I've done pretty well winging it too, I guess. So I am almost out of time before I need to get my son off the bus. So I'm going to save the tag for another video. I may, maybe when I make him lunch, I may try and film it and merge them together. I don't know how to do that. I've never filmed before, so I don't know how all that works. We'll see. But if not, I will just make a totally separate video later. I'm also participating in Year of Whips, so I would like to come in and do a video of just my Year of Whips pieces. But again, I have very limited time without any of my kids. It just is what it is right now. Maybe I can see if my husband will take them, at least the older 2, out somewhere this weekend, and I can do it when the baby's asleep again. We'll see. But before the end of February, we'll say, that gives me 3 weeks, I will do the Know Your Needleworker tag. I will be back with an update of some sort with new plans. Not gonna tie myself down to anything yet until I kind of know how this goes. And I will try and get out a Year of Whips challenge video. So it's out there. Those sound like good goals for the month. So thank you for watching. I do have an Instagram. It's at summer_stitches. I'll try and put a link to it below. We'll see how that goes too. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye.